Chapter 3.1 has a lot of details and quite a few definitions, so follow along as best you can. Algebraic expression is the addition and subtraction of numbers and or variables. Algebraic equation is one expression, algebraic expression, equal to one more expression. Now here are some examples of algebraic expressions. Now something we need to discuss is these, first off, these are called polynomials. And because the exponents are positive and there's no polynomial fraction going on, and there's no radicals like a square root in it. So all of these are called polynomials. Poly meaning many, and with the nomial it means many terms. Now a monomial is one term, just like this 4x, the m, the negative r. All of these are one term. Binomial means two terms. We only have one of those, and that's n plus 7. Trinomial means three terms. 3y, negative 5, negative x. Three terms. Same here. 57x squared y, negative 17xy, and 3y cubed. All of these two are trinomials. Now normally in a problem, if they ask whether it's monomial, binomial, trinomial, or neither, if it has more than 4 terms or more than 3 terms, then you're going to say neither in that problem. Now all three of these are saying times. So 3y implies 3 times y. 3 parenthesis y, 3 times y. And then 3 dot y, 3 times y. That would be the same thing as over here where it says y plus y plus y. Well, how many y's do I have? 3 of them. So remember, multiplication is the shortcut for repeated addition. So y plus y plus y is the same thing as 3y. But don't confuse it with this. Y times y times y we can write as y to the 3rd power. That would be like if I said let y be 3. Well, 3 times 3 would be 9. Okay, this 3 and then this 3. But here, if y is 3, I get 3 times 3 times 3, and that would give me a 27. Okay, so what if I put it in here? 3 plus 3 plus 3, that also gives us 9, just like we got with this problem. Now, combining like terms, this is the addition or subtraction of terms having the exact same variable part. So VP is going to stand for variable part. X squared y is not the same as xy squared, even though they have the same variables and they have the same exponent number. Problem is the exponent of 2 is on the x here, but on the y here. Therefore, they're not like terms because the variable and exponent combinations are not exactly alike. Now, numerical coefficient, or just coefficient, which I shortcut to COEF, this is the number part of a term. A constant is a term that is only a number. And then variable term, or just term, is the combination of a number and or letters. Letters being variables. Now, if the following are like terms, add them or subtract them. If not, say no. Well, 3x and negative 4x, our variables are the same. And now we have to look at the exponents. The exponents are the same. So I can combine these because they're exactly alike. And 3 minus 4 would give us a negative 1 times x. And a negative 1 times x is the same thing as just negative x. Believe me, this fact is coming back. So if you get a negative x and they ask you what the coefficient is, you have to realize that the coefficient is negative 1. Now, number B, 7x plus 7y. Not the same variable, so automatically no, not like terms. Now 5x and x squared. Same variable, but the exponents are not the same. So that answer is also no. Negative 6y plus 2y. Well, y is the same, exponents are the same, so I can combine them. So negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4, and then we just tack along our y. Now, the ugly one is this next one. xy, yx. Well, guess what? 2 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 2. So x times y and y times x, I can just switch the order of those, and they are the same. So 2xy plus 17xy. These are like terms. So 2 plus 17 is 19, and then I just tack along my xy. Well, xyz on number F. Problem, the exponent on x is 2 there and 1 here. So this is also another no. Now, the distributive property. Alright? And again, I'm going to use variables. And we've already gone over this once or twice before. Alright? Remember, when A is hugged up to a parenthesis, it means times, and there's more than one stuff on the inside. So I have to distribute it. So A times B is AB. If this is a plus, this is a plus. If this is a minus, this is a minus. And then A times C. And the story that goes along with it, if you remember, is A came to a party by herself, and she met this couple, B and C. And during that party, she distributed her time evenly between both of those people, because she was a two-timer. Now, use the distributive property on 2 parenthesis 3 plus 7. If it asks you to do this, my math lab wants you to just say 2 times 3 plus 2 times 7. So there's a big difference between use the distributive property and just simplify. Alright? So, if it wants you to simplify, it says to use the order of operations. And in doing that, I have to simplify what's inside parenthesis first, which gives us 10. And remember, if there's nothing between 2 and parenthesis, it means times. So 2 times 10 gives us 20. Now, what would you get if you simplify this ugly mess? Simplify, in this case, means combine your like terms. This has an x, so I go along here, positive or plus 4x, and there's no other x. So 2x's plus 4x's gives us 6x's. And now I've got a number, a negative 5, that has a y, that has a y. Oh, here's another number. So negative 5 plus 11, or I could actually say positive 11 minus 5. So that gives us a plus 6. And now our last one. We've got a positive 3y and a negative 10y. So 3 minus 10 gives us a negative 7, and we tack along the y. Well, could I have put the 6x minus 7y and then plus 6? Yes, that would have been correct as well. Now, when you add and subtract expressions, you do not change the variable or its exponent. However, when you multiply and divide expressions, you do have to change the exponents. Now, we're gonna simplify some of these problems. 5 times 3y. What I do is I take 5 times 3, which is 15, and I tack along my y. Now, can I simplify what's inside of here? No, because one's a number and one's a variable. These are not like terms. Do not put them together. So I take 2 times 3, which is 6, and then there's a plus. 2 times x gives us 2x. And then you QIYD. Quit, idiot, you're done. Don't do anything else, because if you do, it's wrong. Now, 3x's and 7x's. Okay, notice, did I change my variable or exponent here? No. But now I've got a 3 times a 7, which is a 21, and an x times an x, which gives us x squared. Now here, 3 plus 7m. Do not combine them. Distribute the 2. So 2 times 3 gives us 6, and 2 times 7m gives us 14m. Number next, negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 5. Negative times negative is positive. And then 2 times 5 is 10. Questions? If you have questions, make sure to ask your teacher in class. Now here is very much like what we were doing here. You just have 2 of these. So you take this negative 2 and distribute it twice for this problem, part of the problem. And then you take a positive 4 and you distribute it twice for this part of the problem. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And we've already actually done this part. And then negative 2 times negative 5 is plus 10. Now I'm going to do this a little different than almost anybody else does it. Okay? I'm going to bring this problem underneath here. So 4 times 2x is 8x's. And then 4 times 2 is plus 8. And that way I've combined my like terms vertically. So 10 plus 8 is 18. And then 8 minus 2 gives us 6x's. Again, if you have any questions, ask me. Now, this problem is unique. This is the same thing as -1 times everything in parentheses. So that gives us -5x's minus 2y's and plus 3. If you have any questions on this, you need to seriously ask. Now, for the last part of 3.1, how to apply all of this algebraic stuff to perimeter and area. Remember, perimeter is add up all your sides. Area is your length times your width. Well, I don't just have two sides. If this is 5 meters, then this is 5 meters. And if this is 2x minus 7 meters, this other side is also 2x minus 7 meters. So what I do, and I'm actually gonna bring my perimeter down here for right now. I'm gonna start with the ugliest part. 2x minus 7 plus 2x minus 7 plus 5 plus 5. Okay. These give me a positive 10. These give me a negative 14, which leaves me a negative 4. Then 2x's plus 2x's is 4x's. And because there's more than one term, I put my parentheses around it, and I put my meters back on the outside, my units. Now for area, it's your length times your width. Well, guess what? We've already been doing these. 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. Again, because we've got more than one term in our answer, we have to put the parentheses. And remember, area is in square units, so square meters. If you have questions, ask.